Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me again. We're going to try to finish up a little bit of SnowRunner here. We're not finishing it up in the grand scheme of things, finish it up, but finish up the particular contract we were attempting to finish last night before things got somewhat stuck. Yeah, there is that. There's a lot of that. Well, I mean, there's a lot of getting stuck, I guess, but well, I guess that's the whole idea of the game, anyways, is to just consistently get stuck. Or not get stuck. Or attempt to not get stuck. So, let's... I don't want to bring a trailer out there to haul the second armored car back. What I would like to do is go back to my garage and pick out a second truck that's going to accompany the Tega. The Azov 64-131 is nice. It's slightly top heavy. Too slow. Azov 73-210. It's a nice truck, but we've already discovered that the ridiculously low ground clearance is somewhat detrimental to everything else. Voron? Voron's not bad, but it's got kind of low fuel tank capacity. Everything else is in excess of like 300 liters, I believe. Which chain tires do we want to run with? See, here's why I do not like going through the tires menu. It is so outrageously slow to attempt to continue to go through here. Alright, we've got a decent selection of mud tires, but... So we're running the MHS. What do we say about... the duals, and then... Oops. Throw the flatbed. How many flatbeds do I actually have, for crying out loud? Okay. Well, do we have any accessories? No. Oh, we can only put the Datsun in this one. And then stickers. Apparently there's all kinds of different locations to put this stuff, which I didn't actually realize initially. No road, no problem. Don't eat yellow snow. How unique. Okay. So we get that. Okay. Let's take this bad boy out for a spin. We'll, fire it up here. The lights, camera, action, and parking brake, of course. This layout for this particular garage is utterly awful. Who decided to put that frame there? Who decided to put the frame there? I don't know. Couldn't tell you. What I can tell you is I'm going to go this way. It's kind of interesting how it's always nighttime when we leave the garage. Is it nighttime? What time is it? It's nighttime. nighttime and let's pay attention to where we're going time. That's what it is. I will say that my bash bar front bumper choices do end up being influenced by how many lights are on the front end, because that makes a difference too. Alright, so we'll be able to get this guy out there. Let's see how much fuel this truck consumes just getting to the armored car. I may actually have to take a run out with a fuel vehicle, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. And luckily, well, wait a minute. We're not gonna... Let's not discuss crossing bridges, because we really don't want to do any of those. Everything about bridge crossings in this are awful. And there are no bridges to build again. Is this our right-hand turn? This is, in fact, our right-hand turn. What were the dual rear tires just to have a little bit more stability when we put the cargo on the back. Didn't fall down. Sometimes some of the trees will fall over. Well, there it goes. I get too close to it, I suppose. Some of the trees will actually fall over if you go up to them and honk the horn. All the fences do. Some of the crap around the houses and stuff. Alright, why are we going so slow? We're probably hung up on a twig or a stick or something. Typically it's not this bad getting through here. The Taiga actually does a fairly decent job of making it through. But the Voron is not the Taiga. I think the Voron, the actual truck it's based off of, is a Russian Ural. I think Ural. Y-U-R-A-L is how it's spelled. I could be wrong, but I could also be right. You know, it can go either way, really. I'm playing the game, you're sitting near a computer. You can fact check me. You can tell me I'm wrong. Tell me how wrong I am. Ooh, that's ice. And that's a rock. It's coming up fast. And don't high side on the rock. Please. That would have just... that would have been irritating. Although, I do have vehicles that are closer than further to recover my ridiculous self. And why do we get airborne off of giant bricks of ice and then go too far and splash down into more ice? Alright. Oh, oh. Don't. See, always with the giant chunks of ice. Not a fan. Alright. Yeah, this truck just isn't digging the... Yeah, it's not digging the snow. I'll actually... Oh, it's got one big work light, reverse light. That's actually kind of handy. Park. Change truck. Actually, let's go to the Tuz. My little mini fuel truck here. And where this thing carries 900 liters, and then the other one only carries 600? Frack, okay, fuel carrier. Let's fill up the Azov just in case. Fill up the Tega. Fill up the Dion. Alright. And then fill this guy up. Not the roof rack. Okay, fill up the boron. Still a little bit of fuel left, so we're good there. Okay. Change truck. Azov. Turn on my lights. Anchors. Crane mode. Extend. Lift. Let's see if this works. Oop. It bounced. Pack cargo? Possible pack cargo. Try it again. Boom! Okay. That's... Alright. Oh, it's too funny. Alright. Let's see the ease at which the Tega gets through just a little bit of snow. Winch. Go. Forward. And let's okay. I was coming around this way? Is it this way? I mean, I guess it's this way. Okay. Yeah, so why don't we set a couple of route markers here. Oh, you know what? That's right. There's all kinds of fuel trailers that dot the landscape over here. Probably not a bad thing, because I have no idea how this is going to go. So this way I don't have to keep referring to the map after I maybe kinda totally bone myself. Alright. Through that. See, I don't know if this is going to be the best route, but this is going to be a route. And I don't know how well we're going to be able to get through here to get over to there. Which, I mean, I guess I could go... I have... I have realistically no idea how this is going to go. This end part, we may just play it by ear, and it's even going to be difficult getting across there and up there, but we'll... Let's go full send. If we don't get stuck on a phone pole first. Alright. A little bit ways past the rougher spot there. Yeah, the Taiga just seems to be way more of a mountain goat through a lot of this stuff than really a lot of these other trucks. Which, I don't exactly want this game to be completely easy mode or anything, but... That's like after you discover the Tatran out in Zimnogorsk. Once you get that thing, it turns any kind of mud out in Russia into a joke. The only thing about the Tatran is that it's just straight up a scout vehicle. I mean, yeah, you can winch like a trailer along behind you, but you can't really do anything with it because you can't technically hook a trailer to that particular vehicle. But if you want to get from point A to point B in a ridiculous amount of mud, that truck is probably the one to do it in. Sure, the Taiga can have the giant flotation ATV-looking off-road tires, which only a handful of other vehicles can get. But even this thing's nowhere near as capable as the Tatran, the TUZ 420. All these vehicles are so ridiculously cool. It is, however, a shame that most of the American trucks just seem way underpowered. They also don't get the option to run mud tires, believe it or not. The best types of tires you can get are usually either the all-terrains on the American trucks, or you get chain tires, and that's it. You can't run mud tires. Only a few trucks can really run mud tires. But then there's the trade-off that some trucks only have access to mud tires, which things like the Kolobs, the Cat 745C, the Azov Antarctic, those only run one, which is kind of weird if you run an Azov Antarctic, a vehicle that's meant to traverse snowy tundras, cold terrain. One would think that there's a lot of ice out that way. It's got mud tires on it. Yeah, sure, it works great in the snow, but you want to cross a frozen lake bed? No, ain't happening. You wanna go up a slight incline with your Azov Antarctic through the ice? Not happening. I can't remember if the twin steer can run mud tires. I know it can run chain tires. I'm not 100% certain if it runs mud tires. Also, these fallen poles in the middle of nowhere are just accidents waiting to happen. Also, somebody's frame just picked clean, left partially in a snowbank. Where's the rest of the truck? Which gremlin crawled out from one of these damn houses and stole, like, the fenders in the cab? Why are we not seeing an outhouse made out of, you know, truck parts? Although, there's a buried cab of it. Don't recover. Refuel. Refuel. Voron. Refuel the Tega. Those are excruciatingly useful, dotted around the landscape. And that's pretty cool, too. Also, there are some birds. Just a couple of birds. You'd almost think that they're a figment of your imagination. You never see anything like that. Or hear anything. That's one of the monoliths we actually had to discover for a contract. It was the two monoliths and then the stone labyrinth, which, honestly, it gets kind of cool. There's some neat stuff out here. There's some really neat stuff out here. I mean, look at that mountain in the background. That just wants to be conquered. It needs a truck to ascend its snowy slopes. And more down trees. Shift into low gear so it doesn't start, or it doesn't continue to pop up and pop down gears. Yeah, see, the deep snow, Tega actually does pretty good through it. this ice is going to break or not. Let's just keep pressing ahead. It seems somewhat solid at the moment. Okay, before we get to that incline, I kind of want to revisit my plan. Oh god, I still have ways to go. See, I don't mind going... I don't want to go across here, because that's kind of a nightmare. So... and I don't know what kind of incline that is, and what kind of scrub brush that is. But if I can at least get to here, I can kind of get around. Alright, let's keep pushing. Ever onward, ever upward. Or, as the immortal Buzz Lightyear once said, in the voice of Tim Allen, to infinity and beyond. More fuel. I do like the pace that the low plus gear gives me. It allows the truck to be reactive enough to any things I might have to make adjustments towards. I will say that the dual rear wheels over the singles, the mud singles, they stick out a lot wider. Which one's wider, though? The Voron or the Tega? Also, apparently there's a custom paint job for the Tega that I just remembered that I've never bothered putting on it. Maybe when we get one of them back to the garage, who knows? And... rocks. Okay. Alright. Let's not... oops, whoa. That was damage. And that was just brushing up against that. So fortunately enough, both running chain tires, which honestly, chain tires is the only way to go out here. If you have the option for the chain tires, do the chain tires. Unless you're like the Cat 745C or the Azov Antarctic. And then, you know... oh! Man. That was not friendly. But then again, this train is not meant to be friendly. It is meant to be like Ivan Drago. And if everybody remembers, Ivan Drago is out to break you. And he certainly broke Apollo Creed. And then almost mashed Rocky's face in, but that's beside the point. Ivan Drago, brought to life by the immortal Dolph Lundgren, who did such classics as He-Man, Masters of the Universe. And that other one with Arnold Schwarzenegger. The Expendables. 1, 2, and 3. Was there 3? There was 3, right? I think there was 3. So let's descend. Alright, now it's going to get a little sketchy. Because I don't want to have to keep swapping between trucks to... see, like this. There we go. I don't want to get hung up on stuff and then have to hop over to the other truck to dig it out. Alright, but we are making some decent progress here. The last thing I need to do is have one of these trucks high side a little bit too much, unpack the cargo, and then kind of get boned. Actually, I think I can start making my way down towards the beach, I guess? Yeah, we'll go down this way. And I think, actually... once I get down to the beach, it should be significantly better. Yeah. Well, I mean, still slightly rocky, but... Hey, Adrian. Not that rocky. Dipshit. I mean, the first one was a classic, though. You have to admit, the first Rocky was a classic. Hey, Paulie! Isn't he dead? He died a long time ago, I think. And the guy who made him eat lightning and crap thunder. Was Burgess Meredith? I can't remember. Too much stuff rolling around in my rattle can. Come on. Keep going. Over the rocks. Actually, this probably wasn't a bad way to go. Just as long as I can make it. Now, up by the airport, there is actually a significant amount of heavy snow by the road. And this is where we begin to make our ascent, apparently. Boy. Let's, do this. Which way? Let's mark off the road because the road kind of disappears through here. let's get up here. Get the other guy up here. Alright. Okay, cool. We both made it. Towing a truck with a cargo is kind of like having your own powered trailer, which has its uses, but sometimes it has a mind of its own. Alright, now I've had issues coming through here before, just because these rocks are placed in such a manner as to make it an utter, irrevocable nightmare. Okay. Oh. That was on a fairly interesting angle back there. Alright. Can I pop through here? I think I can. Yep. Okay. So. That's the winch. Drop this cargo. That's one. Change truck to the boron. Bingo! Both armored vehicles retrieved. The price of victory. It's a wonder that the cars were knocked out right here. We would have never recovered them otherwise. We're pretty lucky. We're pretty luck? Their crews not so much. Okay. So, that is one contract completed. For... And now we can do... Oh, wow. Okay. Drive to the airplane wreck. The airplane wreck is over here. So that's going to take a little while to get to. Certainly in, well, I mean, I guess if we made it all the way up here and then down here and over here, we can get to there. We need wide flatbed semi-trailer. Deliver to the airport. Fragments of the wing with engine 1. Part of airplane fuselage. Piece of airplane wing number 1. Times 1. Okay. What else do we have? Places of military glory. Oh yeah, that's this one over here. The one I totally botched up. Okay, so... Because... That's right there. And we've got fuel right here. Ah, but you know what? We don't have... Okay. We could have used the wide flatbed semi-trailer right from there and then done that, but... Tell you what I'll do. Let's finish this particular one over here. Back to the garage. Which truck do we want to buzz over there with? I kind of tried with the... What is it? Not the Longhorn, not the Dan. Where's the other Freightliner? Where is the other Freightliner? This one. Tried with this guy. Got pitched on my side. Let's try this guy again, because it's actually a really good truck, like a really, really good truck. It's got always on differential lock. It's actually very capable now that they've fixed the steering. Like, this truck is a beast. I mean, it actually really goes places. Nope. Like, right into that wall. And because I'm lazy, I'm not going to fix it. I'm just going to recover, come back around again, and hopefully not hit the wall for a second time. This is another one of those trucks that you can only put the chain tires being the maximum tires, either that or all-terrain tires. It's funny how this one here and the Navistar are really your only stereotypical semi-truck style trucks. There's nothing else that kind of falls into that category. Oops. Well, I mean, I guess you can say the highway trucks, but you can still put, I think, a flatbed on those. The only thing you can put on these is, or this one in the Navistar, is a saddle. I do kind of like it in the yellow paint scheme. It's sort of rad. I mean, it fits. Look at that bad boy. Giant chrome stacks. Power right along. Also, we should probably set this so I don't do like last time and it just blew right past it. Which, I mean, it does tend to happen. Okay. Alright, let's go do that. Onward. Upward. Overward. It's very bouncy. Very bouncy. Which... I think that was my downfall the last time. I mean, third gear, we're charging right along right here. Okay, let's, yep, see? Right up and over that little thingamajigger. It's like one of those weird climbing goats that live on, like, cliff faces and stuff. This is kind of boggy through here. Most trucks would, in fact, have a bear of a time attempting to... It's funny, you can use the winch and winch up to a log that is stuck in the mud. And then when you release the winch, when you're right on top of it, the log then sinks in the mud. So even just pulling a little bit just yanks the whole back end right out of the ground. Right out of the mud, muck, and ridiculousness. Oh. Yep, see? Don't, Okay, so maybe this wasn't the most intelligent truck to take through here, but we're committed. Okay. There we go, that's a little bit better. The other thing is, this truck has the differential lock, which the Navistar does not. Although, I don't think the Navistar is nearly as competent as this thing is off-road. I mean, this thing is fantastic. Let's just not tip over. Also, let's pop it down a gear so we're not kind of lurching forward spastically. Like maybe that whole amp energy drink, it just shotgunned right down, and then you chased it with a Red Bull. Okay. All right. So, key here. Besides attempting not to take ludicrous amounts of damage, don't tip over. This is painful. Well, there was that. And I can't believe I actually caught that. That was rather remarkable. This truck has some... This truck has some go. Maybe I'll just put it in low range right now. So I don't get a little ahead of myself. Also, the nice thing about the low range gears is if you're going down a slope, you can kind of control your descent a little bit more. And as long as this ice doesn't break underneath me, I'm feeling a little okay about this. Alright, around that. And survey says we got it. Places of military glory. The expedition is over now. You've seen all the fortifications in the area. Yes, I have. I feel pretty good about that. Oh. I was going to try to climb up for a much cooler picture, but you know, if that's what we got, that's what we got. And hey, we'll just check out the underneath of this truck. It's pretty rad. Okay, that's that. Oh, Freightliner. Cover to the garage. And I think this will conclude our broadcast day. Thank you again for following my tomfoolery. And we'll do it all again another time. Ta-ta.